where the Amazon River empties into the Atlantic Ocean. The Amazon's current is so strong, it carries fresh water nearly 200 miles beyond the coastline. River waters brimming with aquatic life surround the island. Back at the beginning of the 20th century, this place turned into a Pirarucu haven when farmers dug these canals to store water for cattle. Unlike the Goliath catfish who prowl the deep, fast-moving river channels, Pirarucu often hunt in flooded rainforest lagoons, thriving among the decaying vegetation. The rich plant life robs these waters of oxygen, so most gill-breathing fish struggle to survive here. But that's no problem for the Pirarucu. The Pirarucu only use their gills during the first few days of their lives. After that, they must surface to breathe every 15 minutes. The secret behind this behavior is in their swim bladder. While most fish use small swim bladders to stay afloat, the Pirarucu's massive swim bladder helps it breathe air. It's filled with blood vessels that allow oxygen to be picked up, much like in the human lung. That makes the Pirarucu one of the only fish on the planet that breathes air. Here in a lagoon near Meshiana Island, I'm hoping we'll catch sight of a monster taking a breath. And then catch it.
Pirarucu is actually quite a good sport fish. It's got, it's a powerful fish. Obviously, it's a big, big fish. And hopefully we'll get to see one jump because they have just the most spectacular jumps you can imagine.
Sport fishermen are especially helpful to me on my megafish quest. Before they release each catch, many weigh and measure the fish, as well as document its location. Information like this track their numbers in the wild, and give an idea how many survive until maturity. But we have to catch them first.
I won't lie to you, Zeb. I mean, it's not going to be easy here. We're still somewhat wet, a lot of undergrowth that they can be swimming under, and finding the fish is going to be the trick.
During the rainy season in the Amazon, the river overflows its banks and floods the forest, giving giant fish here more room to roam. That makes them harder to find. When it rains here, it pours, transforming the entire Amazon. Between December and March, the river rises nearly 30 feet, flooding an area of forest the size of California. It's July now, and the lagoons are still flooded. Even a 15-foot Pirarucu can hide anywhere amongst the intertwined web of submerged branches. To find the first species of megafish on my list, the best technique is listening. These giants make a distinctive swishing sound in the water when they come up for air. Sure enough, there seem to be Pirarucu in this lagoon.
Oh, you can see him back there. Did you see his head come up?
Oh, look, there's one.
We know they're here. Now we have to catch them. We cast the bait right under the Pirarucu's noses.
Yeah, take that. Yeah. Nice.
Suddenly, we hook a big one. It's jumping out of the water.
Nice fish. Wow.
It is a Pirarucu. But how big is it?
Looks like a nice sized one.
Come on, baby.
Scott tries to keep the fish on the line as I run for the fish grip.
Trying to get all the rods out of the water.
Come on, baby.
So I'm going to try to grab the fish with this. He's hooked good. Grip.
He's hooked good. We'll give him a little time here.
Beautiful fish. It's our first fish of the trip. I'm going to try to attach this grip right to his lower lip.
Okay, you got him. You got him.
And now we need to get the hook out. So we're taking the hook out. That's the first priority. And then just hold on to him. We want to get a weight and a length. See if this is a mature fish or not. God, it's bigger than I first thought.
Measurements are the best way of estimating a fish's age. Its age determines whether or not it's old enough to spawn.
54 pounds. 54 pounds.
Okay, we can get him back.
That probably makes this one less than 5 years old.
Wow. 54 pounds. First barracuda I've seen in the wild. And turn them upside down. It's just as beautiful as I imagined.
Just take the tape. Yep. Tape. Run the tape.
Measurements also determine whether a fish is legal. An illegal piraku is anything under 5 feet long. This one is just over 4 feet and still not fully mature.
Nice size fish.
1 to 1 on the pounds and inches, huh?
Really lucky to get a fish like this at this time. It's still rainy season, water's high, and yet in these back lagoons we still have a chance. It's a nice catch.
I get in with him to get a better look. If it lives to a ripe old age, it'll probably spawn hundreds of thousands of eggs and give this species a fighting chance at survival.
Oh, what a nice looking fish. Very nice. Bye, buddy. That's great.
Studying and releasing big fish like this is what I live for. I first learned how vulnerable these giants could be a decade ago on Asia's Mekong River. I went to Cambodia and Thailand in 1997 and returned again a year ago to see if one megafish species, the Mekong giant catfish, traveled up the Mekong River to spawn. If they did, future plans to dam the river could prove fatal to this species. I wasn't in Asia too long before I realized the best way to find megafish is to make friends with the men who catch them for a living. My campaign paid off. One Mekong fisherman told me he caught several giant catfish and put them in this pond.
But apparently there's also about 10,000 other fish in this pond, so now we're gonna try to see if it's really true that they got these big fish. This would be pretty exciting for us, because if it's true that they have giant catfish in here, then we can release them back into the river.
I always pay fishermen market value for any giant catfish snared. That way, I get to study them and help save a megafish, and the fisherman doesn't lose out.
We're going to circle around the pond, and then they're actually going to sweep the net through the water and pull it up right by where we're standing. Okay, hold it down.
Success. In the form of 4 large catfish.
These guys are really gentle giants. They don't have any teeth. So if you grab them by the mouth, they can't get away. We're getting a length, which will tell us the approximate weight of the fish and also its approximate age. How long is it?
It's 137 meters.
137 centimeters, so almost 5 feet long. This is. You should tell me when he's going to do that.
These 5-footers are small by Mekong catfish standards. The largest grow up to twice this size, 10 feet.
Just getting a pinky nail size DNA sample by clipping its fin.
Gathering genetic information like this suggested that Mekong giant catfish might travel from Cambodia to spawn in Thailand. This information led environmental groups to challenge the plans to dam the Mekong River. Cutting off their migration route might mean they could no longer reproduce, and the species